You can't find the thing you want? Do it yourself. Today, I am going to be creating a packing list of sorts. I found there's packing lists online that I enjoy. I've been doing a lot of traveling. I'm going to continue to do a lot of traveling. And I have found that finding a packing list that works for me is actually kind of difficult because I don't use a lot of the things that are on these lists. So it's a lot of wasted effort, but then I need to cram in like room for my 800 tank tops that I bring everywhere because that's what I travel with, 800 tank tops. So I thought I'd create my own, and I'm gonna create it blank for now so that I can make it available to people for free later. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I have a list of things that I want, and I'm gonna create, I kind of did some like mocking up of some shit earlier to just sort of get an idea of what I'm doing. Now I know that if I was doing this in my bullet journal, that I am failing with, but more on that at a different time. But if I was doing this on my bullet journal, then I would be able to just read. But I don't want to do. I want to do something on a piece of paper that's like paper sized, because, and I'm sure that I can create this in such a way that you can shrink it down, but I've found that I want to have enough room to write. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start by kind of dividing my page up into what I anticipate is going to be the layout of it. And how I'm going to do this is I'm going to lightly mark with pencil, because then when I scan this into my computer, I can just remove those marks. So that will be the final finished product. But I'm going to make room at the top for a header. This is where I'm going to start. Let's see if we can get this done. I'm just doing this on cardstock. This is my favorite Michaels ruler, because it makes it real easy to do this shit. So this, I'm just gonna draw a light mark here for the center. Can I even see that? It's so light that I can't even see it. Well, I'm gonna add just a little bit more darkness here. Holy shit. I was trying to go light and I just didn't want to go too dark, and now it's darker than whatever. I can see it. Okay, mark that. Now I'm going to be doing 3 rows of area, and I just want to kind of block those off, but I want to leave room at the bottom for an other area. So I'm going to make that about yay big, 2 inches tall, because that is how wide my ruler is, and it makes it easier for measuring. So I'm just going to draw in the edges of that situation. And then we have this space. So this space is, God, I hate fucking measuring. Measuring can kiss my butt. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and some change. So I don't even know. I'm gonna fucking eyeball this shit. That's what I'm gonna do, because this is how I roll. The bottom one's gonna be a little bit fatter, but that's okay, because the bottom one is gonna have some more important sections. All right, so then I just need to divide the paper down the middle, because I'm doing rows of 4 boxes. So I need to make sure that 8.5, so 4 1/4 right here, so that at least there's a certain amount of symmetry in this shit. I swear to God, if you guys are looking for a fancy packing list that is not all janky, you are looking in the wrong place. Got this kind of divided, so I'm gonna start freeballing this shit. All right, so I'm gonna add in right quick the header for this situation before I do anything else. This is a Pentel sign pen. This is not the Pentel sign pen that has the flexible nib, because I did not want to use that to draw on the rest of this, so I'm just going with this one. So this one is the Pentel sign pen that has the more rigid nib, which I actually like for lettering practice, because even though it's not a brush pen, it has a slight amount of gib, like berry gib. No, this is not the Bee Gees. Like a slight amount of give to be able to get a little tiny bit of variation without faking it, but at the same time it's still firm enough to handle my iron fist. So I am enjoying this as a practice pen. And if you would like, let me know in the comments if you are interested in seeing a comparison of the 2 Pentel sign pens, this one to the brush tip pens, because if you are curious, I can totally do that. So I'm just doing some foligraphy here to fill in this packing list situation. And I'll just put up here, I'll put dates. Good enough for me, right? Crooked, who gives a shit? Okay, you're not paying for this shit anyway. So I'm gonna do 4 little boxes on the first 2 columns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm gonna do this in a way where I'm gonna leave them all blank, and then I will scan that. I'm gonna take a break, scan it in, so that we can have a blank version that you can fill in your own categories. And then I'm gonna fill in the categories I'm gonna use and scan that one in as well, if that makes sense. So we're gonna do, I'm just gonna freehand these because I want this to not look like super profesh. I'm just gonna kind of go around it a couple of times to kind of make it not look so rigid, make it look more flaccid. This is probably more sloppy than I had intended, but you know what? That's what she said. I just want this to be kind of like a rabbity-rabble, like blank, kind of like your own half-assed bullet journaling if you were doing half-assed bullet journaling. This is turning into the hot mess of all time. Okay, so this is 4 and 4, and then at the bottom I was gonna do another 2 and then 1 bigger one. And that one bigger one is intended to be for like important shit, like, you know, plane tickets or boarding passes, parking coupons, cash, those things. And I could make a list of all those things, but even though I'm making this list, part of my issue, again, like one of the lists I've seen has things like passport and travel documents and traveler's checks, and I don't use those things, or at least I haven't had the reason to use them yet, hashtag maybe one day in the future. So I don't need those in my list of important shit, but I do have other things, like my airport offers like great rates for airport parking if you use a travel coupon. An important shit box is important for your important shit, but I don't want to tell you what your important shit is. So then I'm going to add a little other situation down here for all of the things that are not on this list. And there you go. So this is the blank version. I don't know if you can see, I have the, well, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna take a second, I'm gonna pause this, I'm gonna scan this shit, and then I'm gonna come back and create my own categories. So I scanned it in, and I'm seriously, this is like so like lopsided, but whatever. This is just a dweeby little suggestion. So then I'm gonna write some categories in. So we're gonna do shirts, almost turned into shits. And then we're gonna do pants, and shorts. This is gonna fit. Shorts, whatever, close enough. And then skirts, dresses. This is all, again, based on what I use. So if you don't use any of these things, that's where the blank one is gonna come into play. Sweaters and coats. I'm gonna put accessories and shoes, undies. I was not gonna put panties, cause ew. And jammies, that can include socks. And then we have makeup and toiletries. And then we've got the ever important devices plus chargers, because I always fucking forget chargers. And then we have planner shit, for those of you like me who bring planner shit with you when you go places. And then this last one is going to be important shit. And that is going to be my packing list. So this gives me a place to put all the shirts I want to bring, t-shirts, tank tops, etc. This gives me all of the things that I generally bring with me. But like I said, we're gonna have a version of it that is blank that you can use to put in your own ideas for what you want. Where are you gonna find these downloads? Well, I am opening up my own Llamas Love Lettering Facebook group on Facebook. It is a closed group. Currently, the only members are patrons, but it will be opened up to the general public in very soon. So if you want these downloads, they're going to be in that group, and they will be available as soon as I open the group. And trust me, I will let you know when I open it. It'll be coming soon in the next week or two. So keep your eyes out for it. But for now, just sit tight and you just wait, and I will get that group open as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.